The master spy. Last known location above a carpenter's shop.
Miss Fry has uncovered the location of the sinister cult of spies plaguing our streets. You know your orders, lads. Follow her lead, and let us rid London of this menace.
London, yes.
This one's
The
yours!
drop-off will occur as the coordinates specify.
What are they doing?
I'm good, though I was late a little. I was late for my stream like 6 minutes, like damn unforgivable. But actually, like today there were announced a little more restriction because of COVID, and actually people went to shop. I had to do. Go down. From Saturday in Poland, all child from primary school, that means classes from 1st to 3rd, also will have remote education. Things like that. They closing theaters and cinemas. They're closing big trade centers, is that the name? Except for pharmacies, etc. and food stores in those. Things like that, yeah. So people actually went for shopping today, including me. Dear Lizzie, Daddy is still far away on his grand adventure, but he misses you very much and thinks of you every moment. I know you want to do all your heart that I should be there for your birthday, and I wanted it too. I hope you like the present I sent. Put it tight when you go to sleep, and that way I will be closer to you. You must do everything Mommy tells you, and must study hard at school and make me very proud, as I know you will. Already from your letter I can see how nicely you write and how very clever you are getting. I have made a new friend here who likes to write too. His name is Wilfred, and he spends much of his time writing poetry. If you're a good little girl, I will ask him to write a poem for you. Would you like that? With all the love in the world, Daddy. Sergeant Michael Pearl was killed at the Battle of Somme the following month. Damn it. I came here to laugh, not to cry. And we're getting records, like over 24,000 people today. Yeah. It's like they said if actually it will grow to, I don't know the actual number count, but if it grows to some kind of amount, and the calculation says like it will grow in 1 week to that amount, they're gonna do like again total lockdown. Like you can't leave the house unless you have to. We'll see. We had that. It was like we had that. It haven't worked at all, as you see. If it worked, probably everything would be nice right now. Not sure if the other one will help, except like people losing more jobs. Okay. We are on the 5-tier system in Scotland. I'm in a tier 3 zone. We cannot go to other people's houses, but everything is open for business. No, we can go to other people's houses, but like closing one business by another business down, another business down, like cinemas down. First weddings, then cinemas, then food, restaurants and pubs were closed before, so we still can go to other people. So we can go, meet and cry to each other's shoulders. what the hell gonna be in few months. Like I have to say that I'm happy that I have like remote work and I'm actually like programming, so yeah. But damn, other people. Okay, there are some footsteps going to some kinda Narnia door. Okay. By the way, we are on a 5-tier system. It's gonna in the tier 7 zone. Okay, what's the fear tier? Is it like tier 5 is the most strict or tier 1 is the most strict? And if so, how does it grow? If you go 1 tier higher, like in strict thing, like what's next? You can't do business? Okay. So what's the 4th one and what's the 5th one? Actually, like kind of thinking what the 5th one is like total lockdown. You can't even live on unsynchronous senses. Because I'm just asking because we don't have any tiers.
But soon we'll have hundreds of zeppelins over London. He never suspected a thing. Not until the blade was in him. He never suspected a thing. Not until the blade was in his heart. Who are the other groups? Where did they get their orders from?
I'm not sure what it gives us. Like when we turn off the lights, we still can see us the same way. So. Oh wow, both.
My beloved calls to me. You will not keep me.
You won't keep me from my beloved.
Oh, poor you, dude.
More trouble from the rabble, I expect.
Couldn't run through it. Let's look, Master Spy. I have something flourishing. Yes, 30 pounds. Not bad.
Excellent work. The ringleader is dead, as are his bizarre disciples.
Is that it then?
Well, there is still a war on.
Then we both have our own affairs to attend to.
Know that you have done a great service to your country. Thank you.
Okay, now I feel I completed the World War I thing.
The man Lydia Fry killed was my husband, Aita, reborn. Known in your time as a sage. Thank you for discovering his fate. His pattern will be added to my own. Perhaps you believe, as other assassins before you, that it is your duty to work against me. But consider this. It was an assassin who freed me from my prison. I am no longer she who lies in wait. I am the mother of wisdom. I am the nexus of flesh and machine. I am Juno. And if the greatest assassin of your generation can see things my way, then perhaps you can too.
This is like... I think actually the one who freed her was me in one of the other versions of Assassin's Creed. But it's like very complicated with me because I remember Juno. Juno was actually in Assassin's Creed first and second half and second whatever the name was. I like Brother Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelations. They were all with the same hero we were playing at Sea of the Torrent, like the best one. I think Desmond Miles, the one who was playing those guys, actually freed her. I was like, damn it, complicated. I don't remember. Okay. So we finished this one. And we can go back. Oh, there is a fast travel there. Database, encyclopedia, present day. People, Juno. Oh, maybe there was some info. Born. I have no earthly idea. What little we know about Juno is often taken from second accounts. We first became aware of her when our friend Desmond relived the genetic memories of people who had come into contact with her in the past. What we know is that Juno is a member of the first civilization who lived on this planet before we did. This race of people created human beings as a slave race, but they rebelled and fought a long war. Woe go us. Back then, though, Juno was a part of something called the Capitoline Triad, alongside fellow precursors Jupiter and Minerva. They were scientists of sort, working together to try and stop a massive solar flare from destroying the planet. Only it seems like Juno was also looking to use the cows to seize power and take over, and so she was imprisoned inside the Grand Temple on the East Coast. However, it seems that while imprisoned, she somehow transformed from a physical being to a digital one, and she was able to reach out to various humans through time in effort to free herself. And get this, we freed her, us, the assassins. Now she's loose, a literal ghost in the machine, in the grey, as she calls it. Her description of living as a digital entity, nobody knows what she wants, or even what she's capable of. All I know is she's dangerous, she killed a friend of mine, and she's our responsibility. Yeah, she killed Desmond. That's I remember, because I think Desmond actually freed her. Did she kill Desmond? Yeah, I think so. Damn it. But yeah, it's like matches. Because the encyclopedia is written by Sean. Desmond was a friend of Sean. Okay, the instruments of the first will. The instruments of the first will is a cult of Juno worshippers. They believe that we should go back to the way things were when the first civilization was around, which is that we humans should subjugate ourselves to the precursor race. I imagine it would be a bit like living in Arkansas. As I've just seen some Juno-themed cultists in World War I, it's likely that there have been Juno worshippers since the fall of the first civilization. However, I don't know that they were the same as the group that currently operates today. It's not often you hear me use the phrase, I don't know, by the way, so don't make sure you enjoy that. So do make sure you enjoy that. Anyway, there is sometimes, but not always, a sage involved. Honestly, with Juno's digital consciousness out there could be groups of them anywhere. There was a group of them found in Amsterdam Entertainment Montreal, and I suspect there was some mucking about in Paris last year. Around the same time we were. I've seen intelligence that suggests that the instruments and Observer have an easy working relationship, helping each other locate precursor artifacts. I don't fancy the idea of either group getting their hands on too many. At least Observer is the devil we know. And a sage. What's a sage? A sage is a term used to identify the reincarnation of Aita, a member of the first civilization inside of a human being. Aita was the husband of Juno. There is a joke about the binding shackles of marriage here, but I will leave the jokes to you. Databases are serious business. From what I understand, Juno managed to manipulate human DNA so that his consciousness could re-emerge periodically almost at random. But we know those guys. He was like in Assassin's Creed Unity. Him I kind of don't remember, maybe it looked differently, but like I see the pirate cat, so yeah, this was in Assassin's Creed 4 or Rogue. Another guy I absolutely don't remember. From what I understand, or do I? It seems familiar to someone. From what I understand, Juno managed to manipulate human DNA so that this conscious could re-emerge periodically almost at random. What this means is, as a person will be born with their own personality, but they will eventually come to possess the memories of Aita. Most sages possess a distinctive identifying trait: heterochromia. Often the sages bear a strong physical resemblance to Aita and to each other, and to date, only male sages have been identified, but we believe that there is a small chance that female sages could also manifest. My cousin Mar has 2 different colored eyes. We should take some of his blood the next time we're in Vancouver, just to be safe. Let's see. Sages are valuable to Abstergo because, according to them, a normal human genome contains roughly 0.000, maybe too much, 5% of pre-civilization DNA, but a sage can have up to from 5 to 6% in their genomes. That doesn't sound like much, but the more samples Abstergo obtains, the closer they get to sequencing the first civilization genome and unlocking their powerful artifacts. Back before we could more easily identify them, there was a sage that managed to sneak their way into the history books. The dreaded pirate Bartholomew Roberts, and even a couple of Templar Grandmasters, Jaco de Molay and Francois Thomas Germain. More recently, an Abstergo employee named John Standish tried to use their technology, and helplessly volunteered to bring back his beloved wife. Do you think there's ever been an assassin sage? Never see. It looks like he found another sage operating in World War I. This German spy master, but honestly, by the looks of it, he wasn't one of the better ones. Still, when things quiet down, we ought to send someone to see if there are any of his remains left in the city. Okay, so I try to find simple. Scotland 5 traits. There's no 5. Are you IT guys that you start counting from the 0? So you're like 1B4. But you said 5 is the most strict. So are we on the favorite one or on the second one? Okay, but the last one, no in-home socializing outdoors. 6 people, 2 households. No non-essential travel now in or out of level 4 areas. Travel limits, stay at home message. Shops, hairdressers, pubs and restaurants closed. Schools open. Schools open. The 4th in the list, but it's tier 3. Okay. Understand? What must happen, like, to close schools? Seems hard to achieve. Ration look, World War I. We've done all of them. Oh, there were actually some briefings to those. Damn it. We made those. We won't do them right now. Schools were closed in the original lockdown. Okay. Like the original, the one before? The first? Or during spring.
Are you okay? I don't know what happened. I thought I'd lost you.
Okay, we have a lot of no, not a lot of money. And this one is actually like pretty. There is a new boat. Is there even better one? Yeah. Skills 7 points. We're maxing. Whatever, let's go with the Motion Derby. Even the worst year, they say, the schools will stay open. Okay. It's kinda... I mean, like, I'm kinda afraid that actually, like, sending children, like, if people are close and sending children to schools, then the children coming back doesn't, like, I don't know. The children aren't disease proof, right? Virus proof. Yeah, back in March. Okay, that's the original lockdown. But children aren't virus proof, right? I mean, they are like, they still can, even if they're like more invulnerable, but still not totally. They still can spread, right? But smarter people actually work on this. And analyze this, so at least, like, because if you have children and you are working remotely, you might be not able to work. I know it from colleagues at work, etc. Some of them like have actual problems working when the schools were closed, and during vacation it was like, wow. So they were asking like to open the office, at least for a few of them, so they can work at the site. Okay, we have like 28,000 pounds, like we have like everything here. Cavalry call, upgrade. Hold X, okay, and here's like more barrels around the city, nice. With only 800 pounds we're gonna have more barrels. More dynamite things. Fully golden. And let's see, crafting upgrades. Here we can craft some things, right? Also all of them. Large bullet pouch. Volcanic bomb upgrade. And large bomb pouch. We looted so much money on the World War first, like, can buy everything. Almost. Hallucinogenic dart upgrade 2. Craft this upgrade to increase the potency of hallucinogenic darts to affect level 10 targets. Nice. More medicine? Or, yeah. Stop thinking, buy everything. We won't be able though to... whatever. Let's not go to the shop because I wanted to actually buy those new things that we have a place for. Into pouches, like new thing, whatever. A thorn in the side. Maybe Henry searched their books for an illustration of the key. Miss Thorne's stole.
What good is a key if you don't know what lock it opens?
I dare say Miss Thorne is in the same predicament.
Henry! Mr. Green, here, this is it.
This matches a casket owned by the Queen, kept in the Tower of London.
It's a fortress. I don't suppose you have any friends there?
A guardsman? If you can find him once you're inside.
I'll talk to you again when I have the shroud. Thank you for your help.
Right, yes. Good luck.
Evie?
Lots of guards. Predictable patrol routes. Thorne may already be inside. Better stick to the shadows.
Stick to the shadows, I say. Entry 6. I realized today that I have not updated the story of my search for the Piece of Eden. Though much has happened since then, I traveled to the monument, Jacob following along. He made several absurd comments about my relationship with Mr. Green and how father would have viewed it. As if Jacob ever cared how our father would have viewed anything. The clues I uncovered led me to St. Paul's Cathedral, where I was able to open a secret room concealed in the very top of the dome. The room was empty except for the plinth, on which was the key that Koniu's manuscript had promised. The inscription on the plinth said, Agrescit venendo. It's Latin. The remedy is worse than the disease. I was musing on this and what it could mean when Mr. Thorne overtook me. I drew her out, asking about the shroud and why she wants it. She revealed that the shroud confers immortality. She attacked me before I could trick her into telling me more. I thought I had her beaten, but she is not a woman who gives up easily. I misjudged her strength. At the last second we struggled, and she stumbled into one of the windows which shattered. She fell, but as she did, she grasped the chain around my neck which held the key. My neck was suspended above the jagged glass of the windowsill. A moment more and I would have been impaled, so I cut the chain that held her and let her fall. Actually, I haven't seen this during this scene. When I was looked out the window a moment later, she was gone, and the key with her. I have tried to find words to express my frustration, to no avail. For now, Mr. Green and I are attempting to find what it is the key is meant to unlock, in the hopes that we may find it before Miss Thorne does. The shape is unique, and we are certain we will be able to find a mention of it in one of the Henry's catalogues of antiques. I can only hope that Miss Thorne is still searching as we are. I have had no word of her whereabouts, not even from Clara, who searching sees every going on in London. Perhaps she is locked her in her library as we are. I see that I have called Mr. Green very informally above. That is a habit I must try to curb. Perhaps Jacob is right. I must not allow emotion to compromise the assassins. Inventory. She has actually one new cool weapon. So, click. Weapon. This one. Damn it! Both of them are pretty nice. Both of them have the same power. Whoa, look at this one. All of them going to be nice. Okay, let's change because we're playing with the green one, so let's change. Just because we can. Mm. Okay, let's go with execution.